Lifestyle well-being can controlling your breathing really change your brain, or is it a load of hot air? Sunday the 27th of October 2019, 6:01 p.m. Updated Sunday the 27th of October 2019, 6:02 p.m. Breathing is something we take for granted. Photo, Getty. There are many things that I have been doing wrong all my life. I'm flossing wrong, my dentist tells me. I'm folding my clothes wrong, according to Marie Kondo. But I didn't really expect that I could be breathing wrong. It seems ridiculous, like suggesting I'm blinking wrong. But by learning to do it properly, I could, I'm told, aid my sleep, lower anxiety, improve creativity and even slow brain aging. Sign up to our daily newsletter. It is called Breathwork, and consists of a series of breathing techniques. It's so zeitgeisty that Vogue called it the new yoga. I cringed as I began to explore the subject. I've consumed some dubious tonics and teas in a bid to be healthier, but do I really need to cough up for fresh air? Learning to inhale, yet here I am, sitting in a dimly lit studio with Paolo Pacifici, being guided through some basic breathing techniques. We move from box breathing, in for 4 counts, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, before moving through other combinations, all designed to either calm or energize the body and mind. Pacifici instructs me to lengthen my breath more than I'm used to, allowing my diaphragm to move down and stomach to expand rather than breathing higher up in my chest. Pacifici is an advocate of the Daris method, a Brazilian school of yoga, and insists that breath control, or pranayama, is perhaps more important than the asanas or postures that most of us in the West picture when we think of yoga. I've done enough yoga classes to appreciate the power of some deep belly breathing, also known as diaphragmatic breathing and abdominal breathing, in which you keep your chest flat and inhale so that your stomach rises, but in the real world, I have a tendency to take shallow breaths in stressful situations, and sometimes even hold my breath completely. Breathing is unconscious, and if we are stressed the brain doesn't give it priority, says Pacifici. But by managing the breath we can also manage our stress. The ultimate goal of ancient breathing techniques is to stop the instability of the mind. By managing our breathing, we are moving away from the reptilian brain and becoming more human, mystic to medical. Harnessing the power of the breath has always walked the line between mystic and medical, but nowadays it's not just for the spiritually enlightened. Breathing techniques are being put to good use by MPs and athletes, Navy SEALs and tech executives. It began entering the mainstream thanks to pioneers such as Wim Hof. The eccentric Dutchman is known as the Iceman for his extreme feats, not least withstanding freezing temperatures and holding his breath for up to 9 minutes. His technique is inspired by the Tibetan tradition of Tummo meditation and is claimed to heal and renew our bodies. Dutchman Wim Hof is better known as Iceman for his ability to withstand seemingly impossible levels of cold. Photo, Getty. Powerful tool. Rishi Bostock, a breathwork coach, goes a step further. It's free medicine, he says. The self-styled breath guy started exploring Hof's techniques after his father was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Everyone breathes and therefore everyone has this powerful tool at their disposal, he says. You don't have to be a vegan, you don't have to go to the gym or be able to meditate. With just a little information you can start to learn how to use your breath on purpose and significantly shift the quality of your physical health, emotional well-being and mental performance, and controlled breathing is now proven to activate very real changes in our brains. Just one deep breath in and out is sending a signal to our brains that you're safe, that you have time, according to Dr. David Rabin, a U.S. neuroscientist and psychiatrist who has worked with addiction and chronic stress. It's about finding that balance between the parasympathetic, or recovery, nervous system, and the sympathetic, which is the fight-or-flight nervous system, he says. Anytime we perceive threat in our environment, that shuts down our parasympathetic nervous system, as you don't need to worry about recovery or creativity or reproduction or digestion when you're running away from a bear in the woods. Evolutionarily we need that so that the blood goes straight to the muscles to get you out of that situation. Breathwork and meditation workshops are now commonplace. Photo by Loic Venance, AFP. When you're in that fight-or-flight mode, you don't have the time to consciously attend to your breath. Controlled breathing is a neuropsychological way to strengthen the connection between mind and body. Every time you repeat that process, you bring down your stress levels and put your body back in balance. Breathing for the Brain, a 2018 study on breath control and meditation by researchers at Trinity College Dublin showed that the way we breathe directly affected levels of noradrenaline in the brain, a chemical messenger that can help the brain grow new connections, and is typically released when we are focused, curious or intellectually stimulated. Controlled breathing, they suggested, may not just improve our focus but actually improve brain health. There is a strong connection between breath-centered practices and a steadiness of mind. Ian Robertson, co-director of the Global Brain Health Institute at Trinity and principal investigator of the study, wrote in the report, "Our findings could have particular implications for research into brain aging. Brains typically lose mass as they age, but less so in the brains of long-term meditators. More youthful brains have a reduced risk of dementia, and mindfulness meditation techniques actually strengthen brain networks." Research supports what ancient traditions have known for centuries, that the way we breathe can significantly impact our quality of life, says Bostock. Studies show that breathing can decrease inflammatory responses in the body and support the body's rest and recovery activities. After 30 minutes of breathing exercises with Pacifici, I can't deny that I feel a profound sense of calm. It's a shock to the senses to rejoin the chaos and noise and traffic outside in the real world, and no time at all before I feel my shoulders inch back towards my ears. But in the hours and days afterwards, when I'm jostled by a rushing commuter, or dealing with an email emergency, I try to employ some of the techniques I have learned to bring me back to a relatively even keel. Perhaps, as Bostock's mantra goes, the answer really is right under my nose. The 5 p.m. method. This technique calms down the nervous system in times of stress. It has this name because 5 p.m. is supposed to be that joyous moment, when most of us get to knock off work, relax, and perhaps have a cocktail. It also stands for 5 breaths per minute and is designed to help you wind down and distress your internal systems. Start in a seated or lying position. Put one or both hands over your belly button so that you